guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, thank you so much for your beautiful comments on my last video, which was the big Louis Vuitton unboxing. Yeah, thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I am so happy that you guys enjoy it. We certainly had fun, you know, shopping and doing all that stuff, but our main purpose of the trip was actually showing our children Poland, you know, where, you know, really where to show them where their roots are, where we are coming from, you know. So it was kind of a very special and important trip. So my husband went with us just for a week because he had to come back, of course, and work. So he only could stay with us for 1 week. This video is going to probably one of 2 or 3. I just have to split because otherwise it's going to be so long. And as I'm talking about our trips, you know, and our places that we visited, I'm just gonna show you things that I have purchased. So we pretty much, after arriving to Warsaw, we rented a car and we drove all the way to the Boleslawiec, where my husband is from, and we were pretty much showing children, you know, his hometown. If you guys are familiar with, you know, Europe, old cities, old town in Europe has like they call it like an old town square, where you can see all those beautiful and colorful you know, buildings, and they have many like cafes, there are little restaurants, and it's really such a nice and kind of a cozy place, and it's very historical, and it was just beautiful. My kids really enjoyed it. It was just something different for them, and we kind of, you know, we went to the cafe there, like little restaurant, and then we went to this famous bridge. You know, this whole city of Boleslawiec was pretty much taken by Germany because it's so close to Germany. It's about 1 hour to the German border. So during the World War II, you know, this part of the Poland was basically belongs to, you know, it was taken over by Germany, and they wanted to keep it, you know, after war. They built incredible like highways for tanks over there, and they built this huge bridge. It was like a train bridge, which is still working to this days. But the last time I was there 15 years ago, this bridge was kind of very old looking, and they recently renovated it. It's mind-blowing, you guys. As you see on the pictures, this is just not the same as you would see it in person. It's just mind-blowing how big it is. Here's the bridge right behind me, and it's incredibly impressive. So after visiting all the cousins and you know, my husband's family, one of them actually is the owner of the jewelry store in there. So my husband ended up getting me a beautiful pearl bracelet. This is by the company called Verona, which is one of the you know, quite popular like a jewelry stores in Poland. And this bracelet, I have it right on today, and this is all made of the natural pearls, and there is a 1 gold accent pearl, as you can see in here, which also works as a lock. But it's beautiful. I'm just gonna take some close-ups so you can guys see very easily. But this bracelet is just so stylish, you know, and I didn't have anything with the natural pearls, and I just thought it was so beautiful. And I love the fact that this one, you know, just gold kind of bead is just, it's like a nice little accent. So yeah, my husband got it for me from his cousin's store. We got, you know, quite a nice discount on it, so it was really nice. So the city of Boleslawiec is famous for their ceramic dishes. They make those beautiful, beautiful dishes that I'm sure lots of you saw it, and you can buy them certainly in the US. They sell them on QVC, they sell them on TJ Maxx. You can many times see it, but in TJ Maxx they have like a very simple pattern. So we went to that, you know, they have a lot of factories that makes those dishes, and they have a factory stores right there. So we actually went and visited quite a few of them, and of course we end up purchasing something. So if you go there actually in person, you can get a very, very beautiful designs. Those are all hand painted, and like I said, those factories are just known to the entire world. And I know in America you can pay quite a premium for those dishes, and they are just beautiful. So let me show you what we've got. So this is the very first dish that I picked up. As you can see, it's pretty big. It's like a platter, it's like a serving dish. It's very, you know, thin, but how beautiful. I mean, look at this, you guys. This whole design, this whole painting, this is all handmade, and they even paint like those edges right in here, as you can see. It's just so beautiful. There's a name of the person who you know, who paint the dish, and there's a number, so you get, you know it's the original. And then you know, this is like the logo of the factory that it was made. So this was the first dish that we've got. I also fell in love with this dish. This is a little bit different because it has those little, I don't know, like little handles. Then, you know, it's still a serving plate, but it has those little handles so you can actually hold onto it. And it's, again, it was handmade, hand painted. It was from different company because it has a little bit different, you know, sign. Because like I said, there's so many different factories there, but I really like those little blue flowers. I just thought it was so cute. Isn't that gorgeous? The other thing that I always wanted was this little dish for eggs. So when you have like a hard-boiled eggs, and you can just even cut them in half and beautifully serve them on this little dish. How stunning is that? So you can actually hold it like this as you carry, and then you can put either whole eggs, or you can just put halves, like make what do they call them, devil's eggs or stuffed eggs. This is just so, again, it's just so beautiful. Those are like little blue flowers. I just think this is so pretty, and you know, like the scalp edge is just so beautiful. So yeah, that was another one that we've got. My kids love hard-boiled eggs, so I got them those little egg holders. Again, those are in the cute, colorful pattern. So we got 2 of them, so you can actually, you know, put your egg in here, and then those little shells goes on the side. And then we also got a couple of mugs. I only brought one because, you know, they're all the same, but we got a few of those mugs. My kids absolutely love that, and you know, that reminds them something where they got them. They actually chose those mugs. Sorry for the glare, you guys, but that's pretty much how it looks like. These are so cute and so comfortable, not too big, not too small. They absolutely love those mugs. So that's pretty much what we've got in the city of Boleslawiec. We spent there a few days, you know, with my husband's family, and kids had a blast. And then after that, we moved to, we were on the way to the city of Wrocław, which is one of the most beautiful cities in Poland. But before we got there, we visited 2 castles. So the first one was a castle in Grodziec, which is old medieval castle, and my kids absolutely loved it. This was so, you know, it was so for the boys. Like I took a little footage, so just take a look at. So we are visiting Grodziec castle. Those are like really like the ruins of, I think it's, I have to find out exactly how old it is, but this is like the main entrance, and it's unbelievable. So this is apparently a restroom. Can you believe it? It's like a hole on the side of a castle wall. I think I'm basically on the highest point right now I could get in this castle. Look how beautiful. We are literally on top of the mountain. Like I mentioned, boys absolutely enjoy these castles. The views were amazing because we were on the top of the, you know, mountain. That's how they usually build the castles, and it was very, I'm gonna say it was very raw, so lots of things were just not you know, fixed, and that's what was really interesting, because obviously they changed the roof and other things, but there was lots of things that was still pretty kind of, you know, raw, like I would say. So boys really love that. After that we went to another castle, which was probably an hour away from my husband's place, and it's in the Xoxo castle. I'm sure many of you know the story or heard the story about the Xoxo castle. It's the most beautiful palace. I should say palace more than a castle. Outside looks stunning. We went to the special, like a viewpoint that you can really see it. It was featured many times on American TV. My husband likes to watch a history channel, so you can obviously see the entire history behind this is during the World War II. The Nazi was obviously stealing a lot of goods and, you know, paintings and arts from Poland and other countries nearby, and basically when they knew they were losing the war, they put all these paintings, all those artwork in the train, and they drove the train into a mountain. Of course there was like a tunnel, and they blew, you know, behind everything, so they killed all the workers. So obviously no one to this day knows where's the train, and you know, people from all over the world, especially America, they come, and even Polish people, they try to determine to this day where is the train, but they know it has to do something with the Xoxo castle, obviously, and because it was right there. And there's still a lot of, we were told, secret places that apparently no one ever went to and government is not allowing to enter. I don't know. But Xoxo castle was beautiful. We got a chance to see it outside and inside, and we also had the apartment which was on the, you know, grounds of the Xoxo castle, which we could see it at night very beautifully. And Xoxo castle was chosen as main living space for Hitler, so they were really preparing this place for him to stay. Apparently that never happened because, you know, Nazi had to run away because the war was coming to the end and they were losing. But this was pretty much chosen, you know, by Hitler for Hitler to stay there and, you know, I guess enjoy his life. castle also has a beautiful gardens outside, so we got a chance to walk afterwards and, you know, see all this beautiful design. It was just lovely to see all of it. So because my boys are so into history, and especially my older son, and World War II history for him is like daily bread, we couldn't not go to the Ossówka. So the Ossówka is the village located about 2 hours away from the xoxo castle, and this is the place where Germans, the Nazis, during the World War II, were basically building a system of tunnels, and that system of underground tunnels was supposed to be at some point connected with the tunnels that were built under the xoxo castle, and this was supposed to be like the entire, you know, kind of Hitler, I guess, ground, you know, his place. And that never again happened because the war was coming to the end. So they did open quite a few tunnels for public to see. So we obviously got a chance to go and see. It was so cold, you guys. When we got the tickets, the lady told us to wear something warm, and so we had to dress up a little bit because it was about 5 degrees Celsius only, you know, and outside was almost like 29 or 28, you know, it was very hot outside in Celsius. So we also had to wear like a protective, you know, gear on our head because some of the tunnels were very low. And again, it was a mind-blowing, you know, I'm not a historian again, but we did it for the boys. They really wanted to know. My husband obviously is into it as well, so I did a lot of boy stuff, as you can tell. But I mean, even for me, for someone who's, you know, not that much into it, it was pretty impressive what they did, and it was pretty much, you know, sometimes even heartbroken to learn how they did it and how many Polish people actually died there, because basically they were not feeding them, and, you know, there was like slaves working for Nazis. So yeah, it's very sad kind of place, but at the same time it's mind-blowing how Nazis were trying to figure out, you know, how to do all this underground things, you know. It's just mind-blowing. So we are about to explore the underground city. Right there, built by all the Germans. So the next place we end up going is the Wrocław. I mentioned the Wrocław earlier. So the Wrocław is also one of the biggest cities in Poland, and in my opinion, the old town was the most beautiful, like the old town square, which we call the Rynek. That was the most beautiful out of all the probably cities that we visited. So my kids were completely blown away by the beauty and the whole vibe of, you know, that place. Even at 11 o'clock p.m. they were just walking around the square with my husband, you know, enjoying. And you know, my older son said that this is the place where he wants to live when he grows up. So I think I'm gonna finish here. That's pretty much wrapped up the 1 week of our stay in there, and I'm gonna continue with the next videos because I don't want this video to be too long. But I hope you liked it. I hope you're enjoying it so far. You know, it's kind of like I'm walking you through what we saw and where we were, and I hope you like this kind of a format. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and thank you again so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!